So what's the deal with this Game Pass lineup? The thing looks quite insane. Uh, dude, this has basically become the content depot. And anybody who's serious about basically gaming in today's day and age, that, you really want to come in here, pick and choose, invest your, time, whatever it is you do with gaming, to be very honest, it's hard to basically ignore this particular cadence. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think my opinion is that they're probably increasing their investment every year. I don't think they're stopping. Phil Spencer has said that they spend over $1 billion on Game Pass in terms of acquiring content for the service. I have a strong feeling that they're increasing that investment as they're seeing subscribers. It's just my thought process, because base Game Pass is going to be getting some really interesting games, as well as Ultimate in terms of what's going on. For instance, if you look at this image here, this is an image that was posted over here by Warrior64. Metaphor Refantagio is coming to Xbox Series X, PC, and Cloud on Game Pass Ultimate, PC, and Standard. The Division 2, that's also coming. Somebody asked me if the Division 2 had cross-save or cross-play. It doesn't. We asked in the community. I made multiple videos saying, guys, put this thing. They were like, man, it's going to be too hard because people already have multiple Ubisoft accounts to do all that. And I was like, man, you guys are wasting money. You're wasting an opportunity. When Destiny moved away from Activision, that was one of the things that I think really, really opened up their ecosystem. Then they have EA Play. And the way Destiny 2 did it was actually quite brilliant, because they basically told you, hey, man, if you have two accounts, you got to understand that once you do a link, you got to choose the primary account that's going to have all the progress. That's what Ubisoft Massive could have done, but they slept on a very wonderful opportunity to actually have their game revive in a very viable way, because this is a community-based style game, and a lot of the content that they've been bringing out are group style content. So, again, that's their business anyways. Nobody asked me. They have Stalker 2 and Hellblade 2 coming to Standard, and these other titles as well. Now, keep in mind that this is just the first 5 months of the year, and both Game Pass Standard and Ultimate and PC subscribers are getting what I think is the best benefit that you can put your hands on in terms of what your gaming subscription is yielding you. The question, though, is what is PlayStation Plus Premium, Essential, and Standard or Basic, right? What is it doing? What is PlayStation Plus doing? Now, whether or not you think it's doing good or doing enough or doing bad or whatever it is, that's not necessarily important. The important part of the conversation is that gamers are noticing. When you go to Reddit and you type Game Pass, the amount of suggestions from the algorithm on the different subreddits really does make you kind of wonder, what is Twitter doing? Which is weird that I'm now like, and I can't stand Reddit, but man, here I am. The subreddit for PC gaming by Dark Tower 99 says PC Game Pass hits 45% year-over-year growth, and Xbox is now the biggest publisher on PlayStation, and cites the article from Windows Central. This person said, I'm certainly not surprised that they're biggest publisher on PlayStation, considering how much they're able to put out output due to owning like half the industry. They don't own half the industry. They only own 4 publishers. The one that they owned, then they owned Bethesda, that's not half, and then they own Activision, that's not half. I don't know what's going on with people saying how this is consolidation. What do you mean half the industry? Like, this is a PC gamer saying this stuff, or this is just somebody randomly saying this? Have you not come to Steam where there are publishers all over the place? Which is actually very funny that they would say something like this, right? And this is another thing you also got to deal with too, is a lot of the misconceptions out here. This person says, sidestepping all the doom and gloom about Xbox's failure this gen, Game Pass has really been incredible this year, especially Blueprints, Claire, Obscure, Expedition 33, Oblivion Remastered, Doom, and quite a few other great titles. This person said, playing Indiana Jones on release for $20 is quite a treat. Guys, this person said, wait, Doom Dark Ages is going to be on Game Pass? This was like 22 days ago. Right? I mean, this person said, got to stack Game Pass while you can. I don't think you can stack it anymore. You used to be able to buy gold and convert, blah, blah, blah. I noticed that they don't give any subscriber figures, which they would if the number is as big as they always brag. Somebody then gave them the number at 34 million as of February of 2024, and then the revenue growth and Game Pass price hike increased back in September. So that revenue growth is probably considered a mixture of both maybe the price increase and possibly subscriber counts. Because when they increased the price in September of last year, we didn't get any data except for the Q1 of this year, where we got the 30% increase in PC Game Pass subscribers. Then the Q2 data was 45% revenue growth. So prices haven't gone up since then. This person said, I wish they would put PC, Pass on Steam Deck without needing to dual boot. That's what these new, hard drives are for. Do you know why I'm showing you all this? I'm showing you all this because I was looking at my comment section in a video that I recently made where I said that Xbox has been targeting PC gamers for at least a decade. Someone said that they're not doing a good job because the consoles aren't selling. I don't want to put anybody's name out here. I just want to go and say, are you kidding me? How is a console not selling related to Xbox targeting people who already have their hardware to play games? This is very interesting across the board because you'd be shocked and you'd be surprised the conclusions that people would basically pull out of a conversation around Xbox's business that has stemmed outside of the console. They always want to bring it back to the console when, guys, there is Game Pass console. There's Game Pass for the Xbox console. In fact, there are 2 tiers there, standard and ultimate. Yes, on PC, there's 1 tier because there is no console. So they're not going to charge you those prices because part of what your ultimate, price point is for online gameplay, which on PC is not a requirement. So the growth that Xbox is seeing on PC Game Pass is its own separate deal. If you understand what I mean, because they've pretty much curtailed the service to appeal to the PC gaming community. Why is it working in the capacity that it is? Because it obviously is. It saw 30% growth in Game Pass subscribers. Why did more people on PC subscribe to Game Pass? The PC gamer mindset is the value mindset, even to the enthusiast gamer. Even the people that spend $2,000, $3,000, in some cases $4,000 to game on PC. Meaning, when they say $4,000, I'm not talking about a single rig. I'm talking about the guys that will build 2 identical beasts and put one in their office and one in the living room. That's the enthusiast gamer. That's spender. That's the IT guy. That's maybe like, he's watching this video. He knows I'm talking about him. He's like, oh man, I run the IT department and I make doctor money. And so when I come home, I have my little gaming machines that cost as much as some people's salary. And I just plug it into my 47,000-inch OLED and I just game with a controller. That's the kind of person I'm talking about. Even those kind of people they like deals. They like sales. Ooh, this game is on sale. And they just, they understand that. Because that's what we do. We sit here and we're like, when is the next? Look, they put the thing on the calendar. Steam Summer Sale 2025. This stuff has got a calendar, right? Official dates for the first half of Steam sales and fests. Look at them. They literally got a calendar and people already have this stuff marked on their calendar, ready to go. Real-Time Strategy Fest, Ideal Fest, Steam Spring Sale, March 13th to 20th. Steam Next Fest, which is June, because games would still be on sale then. Steam Summer Sale, June 26th to July 10th. Bro, people have this stuff marked on their calendar ready to go. Xbox says, yo, while you're waiting for the Steam Summer Sale, we got a bargain for you. We got a deal for you. Get in here and play the games ahead. You saw that person say playing Indiana Jones for $20 at launch is such a treat. Do you know why they said that? Because it's such a treat. That all they had to do was pay basically $20 and played a brand new AAA title. Yes. Now that's value. Comment section, talk to me. Thanks for watching. Peace out.